Yes. Now, I'm just wanting to make sure that every Supreme Court justice in every state understands, okay? How many court cases has any Supreme Court of the United States heard where the petitioner, yes, known as one party, yes, and in this instance, the ex parte party versus the adverse party, known as the respondent that was never given any notice, has heard of a case where you do not require any parties to any court decision. There shouldn't be any. I don't think you understand the significance of the crime that has happened in Clallam County. Now, I'm kind of concerned that the United States Supreme Court hasn't done anything because they're going to hear my lawsuits and I will be named as the party as the petitioner. And then eventually I might even be the plaintiff. Oh, suing you for the criminality of allowing for any court case where there are not two parties. Now, I'm going to want the teeth, the Twitter accounts, oh, the actual documented opinions, yes, of those in office. And then I'm going to want you to explain to me why you thought you could violate my rights, the rights of my sons, the rights of those that I love, and you could deprive me of my life, my liberty, and my property without any party named in a court order. I'm going to want you to tell me why you can do that. Now, I had said that approximately 40 to 50 times you violated my rights. But when it happens to be the one best documented court case where there are no parties, it's going to be that case that causes me to sue every oath badge and attorney in this nation that thought that it was a family court matter and not really the crime of having court hearings where there are no parties named. Now, you're going to remove it, and then you're going to find that I'm going to sue you, and you're going to lose everything you own. Ooh. Because when I have that one case that has never happened in the history of this nation, it's going to be one of those multi-billion-dollar days. Now, you thought I was fibbing, making up the amount of damages. But when there is no court documented versus versus Gorsuch, then I'm the one case that did happen. Now, when I inform law enforcement of kidnapping, child abduction, violating the requirements of the Violence Against Women's Act, issuing court orders in violation of the RCWs of the state of Washington, and you act like you don't have to have any parties to a court hearing, that the actual ex parte petitioner doesn't have to motion the court, there's no need to play the market, okay? It seems that some very wealthy individuals are looking for love. It's what's known as matchmaking. matchmaking. Could you give me every web page and website that has a matchmaking service and the actual signed applications of all of those that wanted to employ a service to help them find true love? Now, just going through the various advertisements, I know there are a lot of individuals that I have the right to sue that if they were absolutely bankrupt and spent a few years in prison, the whole thought of marrying them would be a lot less attractive. So, could you? I know. You're very attractive. That's why I friended your friend, thinking that she would let you know how attractive I found you. Sometimes I'll see somebody on Facebook and they don't have the friend button. Yes. They only say, well, you can follow them. I'm like, well, I'm not as interested in following you, but you are attractive, and I'm trying to use Facebook to do a little matchmaking with myself. Who else uses social media to try to meet that special individual because you're looking for someone to make a baby with me? Now, I know I'm not the only American citizen that uses Facebook to form a relationship with somebody else on there. Isn't that right? I mean, Facebook would say, oh, a lot of people meet each other on Facebook. It's social media. And eventually they go out, they date, they get married, they have kids, they live happily ever after. Isn't that how?